You were saying that you were on a panel this morning which talked about creating a culture of learning. Talk about that panel a little bit.
So I talked more about disruption in education and how education is changing, and how the pace of change that we're living in is becoming more and more rapid, and with that requires a different educational model than what we've traditionally had, which is very front-loaded, where you go to high school and then you go to college, and that's really the end of your education, as opposed to a model that's really about lifelong learning.
And how do you do that? Because you're right, most of us, we go to college and that's it. How do you create that mindset within your employees that learning is continuous?
That's a great question. I think it really comes down to showing employees what's in it for them. I think the reality is that people live very busy lives, and people have families, and they need to understand where it is that the learning is going to take them, to invest the amount of time that it's going to take, especially if they're making more dramatic shifts. So one example of a company that I think has done this really well that we're working with is AT&T. So at AT&T, they have 300,000 employees. It's a company that's in transformation. They're shifting from essentially being a landline company to being a technology company, and they have a lot of jobs that are becoming obsolete, and a lot of jobs that they need that they might not have people with the skills in. So how do they make that transformation? And what they've done is they've made it very transparent for their employees. So their employees can log on to a system and see which jobs are becoming more in demand and which jobs are becoming less in demand, and then choose to engage in learning opportunities that are aligned to where it is that they want to go in their career.
And what does that do for employees, especially those who may fear that technology may take their jobs?
I think it exposes the reality of it, which is that their jobs are changing, but it empowers them to do something about it. So it empowers them to say, yes, maybe that job is going away, but there are other opportunities that they're very capable of getting, and the company is supporting them in getting those opportunities through learning.
And finally, what is something that you've learned recently, could you say?
Inside work or outside of work?
You know what, it could be anything, whether it's a new recipe or...
So outside of work, the big thing is I'm getting a puppy today, actually. And so I've been reading countless books on puppy training, and that's been actually my primary learning over the last week or so.
That's terrific. You're terrific.